Well, hi everyone, this is Georgia Lane from Women of Influence, and today I have the pleasure of interviewing Dr. Drew Moffrey, who is a gynecologist and obstetrician with his offices at Pindara and operates out of Pindara. Hi Drew.
Hi, how are you going, Georgia?
I'm well. I also know Drew from many, many years ago, from sort of school days, and have known his family for a long time. So it's an absolute pleasure to have a chat with you today.
It's good to be here.
You reached out to me last year and said that you were interested in what was happening with Women of Influence and that you'd like to get involved. Tell me, what were you thinking?
I kept seeing all your social media things, and obviously that connection with you. And I kept seeing this great community building, and I just thought it'd be a fantastic thing to be part of. One of the big things with women's health is education, and so I'm really passionate about letting women know what their options are. And unfortunately, not all women know exactly how and when they should be doing tests to look after themselves and all that sort of stuff. And I figured it was a great platform for me to be able to help educate those women through this great community that you have and to be part of that.
That's what I like about what you do. I mean, people obviously know what a gynecologist and an obstetrician is. Can you tell us a little bit more about what you do? Because you are very much involved with helping women get pregnant as well as have healthy babies.
I'm one of those lucky people that I don't really have a typical day. People say, what's your typical day? And I can't really describe that because there is so many variables. But essentially, all areas of women's health is what I specialize in. So everything from, I might have 12-year-old girls in here that are just starting to get their first period and explaining to them exactly what's happening with their body and what changes are and helping them through that, all the way through to fertility. Women, fortunately, for about 30% of women, fertility is a real big issue, and trying to help them understand how to get pregnant is a big part of my day. And then obviously my passion does lie in obstetrics, and I love all my patients coming in and dealing with them throughout their pregnancy and helping them have a nice, happy, healthy pregnancy. But then I also deal with women after their pregnancy. I have a lot of women coming in for menstruation problems, a lot of women coming in for menopausal issues, and also a lot of women coming in for other things like fibroids and those sorts of things. So all those gynecological issues as well.
I thought that was really interesting when we sat down and had coffee. Jodie and I were really interested to know the importance of understanding your body and also doing all these regular tests, because you said cervical cancer is very difficult to detect.
It is. Without a pap smear, most women won't actually know anything until it's too late. They'll get abnormal bleeding, and by that stage, it's often invasive. So that's why the pap smear is such a good test, or the cervical screening test, I should say, is such a good test, because we can pick it up literally 5-10 years before cervical cancer strikes. And then at that stage, picking it up so early, it's so easy to treat. Unfortunately, if you pick it up later and you've sort of started getting symptoms of abnormal bleeding and pain and those sorts of things, it is quite difficult to treat down the track. So I know it sounds funny. People go, can you really do something 5 years before I get cancer? And the answer is definitely yes. If you get your regular screenings, we can actually do something and avoid all that heartbreak of actually having cervical cancer.
Wow, that really goes to say that prevention is better than cure. What has happened with your business and industry over the last couple of months with COVID?
I've been quite lucky because in my industry, obviously, especially my pregnancies, I still need to see patients. I need to listen to Bub's heartbeat. We need to check blood pressure and things like that. So I've still been operating and seeing people face to face, but we've had to undergo a lot of sort of changes. A lot of my appointments are now spaced out because we don't want people sitting in a packed waiting room. Everyone who walks in the door gets temperature checked and those sorts of things. COVID hasn't played a part in pregnancy. All the studies have shown that COVID doesn't affect pregnant women in any detrimental way. And even what they've done is, after women who have had COVID and they've delivered their babies, they've checked the placenta, they've checked baby, and it doesn't actually get transferred. So we're really lucky from that point of view that women are sort of, if they do catch it, the bub is not affected. Spending a lot of time on the phones, ringing people, reassuring people that this isn't too bad to pregnant women. And also my gynecology, unfortunately, a lot of women had their operations postponed because of the suspension of elective surgery. But from that point of view, the gynecology side of things, a lot of telehealth, which has been really interesting. Zoom consults, which has been a novelty and a new thing that I've had to pick up. So in terms of my practice, it's very strange. I've always been a big person and of shaking people's hands when they walk in the door and warmly greeting people. So it's very unusual sort of catching up with people and not being able to say hello like I normally
Yeah.
do. And the other thing I'm devastated about is I don't get to cuddle all those cute babies that I used to. Like the 6-week checkup, I used to just sit there and nurse the baby for the whole time, and I can't do that anymore. But thankfully, apart from that, there's not been too much changes, thankfully.
And have you found anything surprising, like pleasantly surprising about the whole process?
Personally, I've loved the fact that I'm not as busy with everything else in terms of going out and catching up. I've spent some great quality family time, things like hospital meetings and things like that. Now that they're all at Zoom, I'm able to do them at home at the dinner table around with the family. So from that point of view, it's been great.
Yeah, well, that's a new normal in a good way, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's been a really good eye-opener that you don't actually need to all go and sit around a board table to get good, effective work done. Zoom meetings have been fantastic. Time it takes to travel area and all those sorts of things, you can get in and get meetings done really quickly and efficiently, more so than in person.
I agree. So do you think you'll carry that on in your business even once all the restrictions are over?
Yeah, I'll certainly be carrying on with telehealth and with Zoom appointments. Obviously, it depends on the actual issue that the people are having and what their clinical situation is. But definitely, I'll be encouraging that we can continue it on, especially with the gynecology side of health. It's definitely worthwhile doing it, and it's also great for the patients. In terms of fitting it in their busy schedule in between work, they can step outside and do a quick Zoom consult with me and then be back at work without any interruption to their day as well.
Mm. And now we've got you down as one of our debaters for the Great Debate, which is coming up next month. So that's going to be a bit of fun.
I'm looking very much forward to it. I am curious. I still haven't been told which side I'm on, so
yes.
I'm curious as to which whether I'm going to be for or against this.
Well, we were sort of tossing up what to do, whether we do mixed teams or women against men. And I'm going to have to tell you, Drew, that it's actually you're going to be on the opposing team. So
it's going to be very difficult, yeah. Trying to go against my nature, yeah.
Bring some clinical information into it, but you've got some excellent people on your team. So you're going to be very, very well suited to give a fantastic argument.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Yes, and so it's that women are better at looking after themselves than men. And I know you'll also be able to come from a point of view that, you are a bit of a fitness person.
I do like to get out and try and stay fit. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great day, and I really like debate as well in terms of some people being present and other people via Zoom as well.
That's changing every day. I spoke to RACV today, and that we might be able to get up to about 100 people.
Oh wow, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, which is great. But we're calling in the AV Partners crew. They're very professional and have actually done quite a few national hybrid events. So it's quite exciting. We'll have the debaters, the judge, the timekeeper, myself as the MC, and a good mixture of people in the room. So you'll have some atmosphere.
Yeah.
And then we'll have, we're actually going to promote nationally.
I'm looking forward to it really much.
Thanks again, Drew, for having a chat with us today and sharing what's going on in your life. We're going to hear a lot more from you in lead up to the Great Debate. We might have a bit of a chat with you to see how you're going with your strategizing.
I can't give away too much though.
Well, I better not hold you because I know that you're waiting. You've got a lady in labour at the moment.
I do. I'm just patiently waiting for her to do her thing. So hopefully it won't be too late at night tonight.
Well, great to talk to you, and I'll see you again soon.
Thanks very much, Georgia.
Thanks, Drew.